Bang, bang. Welcome, DFS dads. Chris here, along with Dustin D. Reed. What's up, Dustin? You ready? Week 5?
I'm ready, man. It's crazy. Quarter way through the season already. Best time of the year, football season. So I wanted to stay as long as possible.
Our single entry absolutely smashed. It was so awesome seeing all of our success stories in the Discord. Let's win again this week. Not only single entry, let's hit the cash. And also maybe the MME can do good for you as well. So in this video, we are going to break down position by position quarterbacks who we like. We're going to highlight running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, and we'll throw in a defense. We're kind of known for some cheap defenses. So with that being said, we'll get through this quick, give you some good information, and be out. Follow us at dfsdads.com, the DFS Dads on Twitter and Facebook. We give out a lot of free plays. Also, these videos, appreciate it. Smash that like button and share it with your friends. Dustin, quarterbacks. Let's get to it. Week 5. Who are you targeting?
I mean, at the top, if I'm going to pick one, I'm going to go with Murray as far as, the top high-end quarterbacks. He's averaging almost 30 fantasy points a game. Obviously has the legs. They've looked really good. The offense is clicked. They just beat I'm drawing a blank here. The Rams, both undefeated, and Rams look unstoppable. So, just got off to a great start. He does it all, has a lot of weapons, more out there. Kirk, obviously you got Hopkins, and then Edmonds, who we were high on last week, did really well, catches a lot of balls out of the backfield. So, and they're not going to rush a ton. I mean, Connor is not very good, he's really not. He's plunging along. They give him a lot of carries, but they're going to make their money with Kyler Murray's legs and his arm. So love him if you want to pay up at 8K.
What about paying down? What about down low? You got someone down there for us?
Well, yeah, I got the poor man's Kyler Murray, and he's Danny Dimes. Going against my Cowboys. He threw for 400 yards last week. Saquon's looking a little better, so it should, relieve some stress on him, but he's also great out of the backfield. So obviously a catching threat, averaging 25 fantasy points a game. He gets the Cowboys. While their defense has been opportunistic, they're not really, great at stopping people from getting yards or anything of that nature. So
they're giving up 315 yards through the air and 9 touchdowns. And the opposing number 1 receivers just go bananas against them. So Trayvon Diggs makes some highlight plays. The first round pick makes some good plays, but they also give up a lot as well. So they're a fun team to play and play against.
Yeah, and Danny Dimes has almost 200 yards rushing on the season. So he's elusive with his feet. He's fast once he's in the open field. So yeah, I think he'll be a lower owned, maybe a single entry type of guy this week. But I could see him using. I have no problem using him for cash, depending on my build, because, like I said, he's averaging 25 points per game and gets a defense that's not that great. What about you? Who do you like this week?
So I love, at the quarterback position, the game between the Panthers and the Eagles. I like both quarterbacks, and I'll give you reasons why for both. First, we'll start with the lower quarterback, 6,600. Sam Darnold. He has new life in the new offense. Absolutely love the coach that came over from LSU a couple years ago. Love that offense, Joe Brady. And with that said, Darnold is completing 70% of his passes and has a 95.4 QB rating. He's also using his legs a little bit here and there. The Eagles are right in the middle of the pack on defense. Funnels a little bit more towards the passing. Now, Christian McCaffrey, another reason I like this, since Christian McCaffrey is hurt and out, it's actually a good thing because we can pair him with DJ Moore, who looks like a wide receiver 1. He's also going in the backfield a little bit. So talking a little bit about receivers, but it's kind of hard not to when you talk about quarterbacks. So Sam Darnold is a great play. Next up, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts has been our ultimate cash game QB this year. He just gets it done. Even if he looks horrible, he hasn't put up less than 20 points, fantasy points, through the air, running the ball. He has the ball in his hands. As an Alabama alum and fan, He literally hogs the ball. He's like a ball hog. He's like Allen Iverson. He's going to get his. So you can play him naked, or you can pair him up with Smitty, or even Goddard at tight end. So Jalen Hurts and Sam Darnold is the quarterbacks that I want to attack on the slate. So that's 4 good ones right there. Take your 4.
Actually, Darnold and Hurts are the second and third highest scoring quarterbacks on the season. So
that's a good. Look at these nuggets that you get from the DFS dads.
You
don't just get that everywhere. Free nuggets.
If Jimmy G's out, I might go all in on Trey Lance. Looked good last week, threw 2 touchdowns. Obviously, I think he picked up like 60 yards rushing and as well. So just that caveat too. If Trey Lance is starting against Arizona, I think that's a great play.
So on the running back position, I'd like to start off with Damian Harris. Yes, the guy who gets like 2 carries, but last week playing the Bucs, right? What are you going to expect? They funnel to the pass. Their front 7, their front 4 is incredible. So if Damian Harris playing the Texans defense, they rank 27th in the league running the ball. I really think the Patriots are going to want to run the ball. And also James White, I believe he's hurt, right? And so maybe Harris will get. Yeah, so I think Damian Harris might get a couple more catches. He's not going to get a ton of catches, but even if he gets 1 or 2 more catches, that will help him out a little bit. Complete workhorse, and at 5'5", a cheap running back that's going to get a ton of volume. Jalen Hurts and Damian Harris are volume players, so absolutely love that pick.
Houston offense sucks, so he's going to get a ton of carries. Yeah.
What about you, Dustin? And I'll throw in one more little running back I like.
So I'm really looking at, as far as a lower end guy, is Damian Williams. It looks like DeMont's going to be out, and he's going to get the 3 down work. So he's obviously the change of pace guy there with Cohen out, and has done well. He came in on relief, got a touchdown this last week. So I think, and the Raiders aren't great by any means against the run. So I like him. He's going to be a value play because obviously he's a backup, and he's going to be a starter and a 3 down back at that point. So I like him as far as a low end guy.
Yeah. What about do you have another running back you like on the mid price or high end? Or
I mean, King Henry, dude. I mean, you can't go wrong. He's going to get a ton of volume again this week. It seemed like 40 carries last week. His price is $9K. So you're looking at, 27 points if you want 3X. So I think he gets there against Jacksonville. Their offense sucks. Obviously, Urban Meyer, all this crap going on. I don't think Jacksonville's in any spot to shock anybody. Tennessee coming off a loss. I just think Henry will plow through him.
Yeah. What do you think about a mid-price guy like is DeAndre Swift, 6,100 on DraftKings? His price keeps falling.
I like him more.
I'm not worried about last week having a bad.
Yeah, outing. I personally like a more single entry than a cash guy. I mean, I like him because he's explosive. He gets a lot of catches. He just doesn't get the full volume at the 6K that I would like to see for a cash type play. But he's one of those guys that could, he can turn 16 touches into 200 all-purpose yards. So
and it's not a bad matchup, right? The Vikings per PFF are the 23rd ranked run defense. So with that said, good matchup, soft matchup. Pricing is at a point that easily can get 20 fantasy points. So let's move on to the receivers. The one guy that I kind of touched on a little earlier when I talked about the quarterbacks. It's so hard not to talk about receivers when I talk quarterbacks. DJ Moore, absolutely love him. I was saying Christian McCaffrey is hurt. He's actually coming in the backfield a little bit. So that's even more opportunities for more touches, more rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, catches. He's turning into an alpha. Absolutely love DJ Moore this week. That's my like go-to auto pick right now. Who are you liking? Who are you looking to target?
I mean, as far as kind of the upper end guys, I mean, you can't go wrong with Devontae, but I'm not obviously that's an easy one. I like I like a lot of these guys, unfortunately, but Debo, you can't look past. I mean, he's just been a beast there for San Francisco. They're banged up at running back. Kittle's a little banged up, so love him, and I love Deontay. I mean, he's going to get 10 to 20 targets, anywhere in between.
And it's nuts.
Yeah, and they can run the ball. So
yeah. What do you think about the Titans with Julio Jones might not play, AJ Brown? Now, if they don't play, like, is it just, you know what? I don't care how cheap some of these receivers are. That's just I don't really know what to do with. I just kind of want to stay away from that whole situation and not just guess. And because there's so many good options out there, like why put yourself in that position, in my opinion?
yeah, I forget who the guy was. Let me try to find him right quick.
So
It
William
was like Westbrook.
Westbrook.
The week before, right?
Westbrook,
when
yeah.
Julio, when they both went down, the week they got hurt, he was the guy. And so last week you might have targeted him when they were both out for sure for that game, and he didn't really do much. It was the other guy. So I'm staying away. The only two people I really like from that game are going to be Henry and Fursker, the tight end. Other than that, it's just too much validity for me. I mean, they'll throw it to anybody. You know what I mean?
A cheap guy, like literally 3K. Curtis Samuel is someone I'm looking at as like a GPP player. New Orleans is a joke. 3K is a great price for him. So I'm not really there. I don't know. I don't know about cash with that. I haven't looked enough into it, but off first glance, first really doing some research, that's where I'm at.
He's a great guy because not only is he a receiver, but he's a gadget guy. He'll get rushes, he'll get sweeps, some trick plays and stuff. So I like him. A guy that I really am on this week is Marvin Jones. I know he had a down week last week, three catches on 3 targets, but kind of an outlier if you look at the first few weeks, and great matchup, good against his opponent as far as PFF and those ratings are concerned. And then, I mean, he's the best receiver there. You got Chark on the IR. So Chenault will be underneath, and then, Marvin will be, the downfield volume guy as well. So I like Marvin this week.
Yeah. Move on to the tight end, it's been a very weird year at tight end. I feel like looking at some of the numbers, a lot of the tight ends have really busted badly this year. But Noah Fant last week had a great game. I kind of like going back to him. I had no problem there. Goddard just seems like he's always going to get in the end zone, but I don't really want to go there. I want to move down to Gesicki, who finally showed out. And Tampa Bay is a pass funnel defense, so they're going to have to pass the ball a ton. Gesicki last game, I think he had 6 targets. Yeah, let's see here. He had 12 targets last 3 weeks, 6, 12, and 6 targets. Absolutely love that out of a tight end. I love Tua didn't really seem like he went to him for whatever reason, but 5 targets and 5 receptions and 10 receptions the last 2 weeks. Had a touchdown last week, and they can't run the ball. They're not going to be able to run the ball against the Bucs. So I like Gesicki as my go-to tight end at 4,200, and it allows you to, to get some of those receivers that are studly.
Yeah, I like Gesicki. He's athletic. Like you said, every team that's played Tampa hasn't tried to run the ball, so
you can't.
Yeah, they're going to throw it a ton. I like Parker. I know we just got off our receivers, but I like Devontae Parker there too. A tight end that I like, and it's kind of hard because he's had a bust game as well. But Max Williams for the Cardinals. I just think if San Francisco can put up some points, we can see a high scoring game there. He's got 5 targets the last game. Then he had 3 and 7. So kind of, a little bit, you kind of take in between, but 5 targets per game. He has 2 17-point weeks already this year. I just think at 3,400, you could do a lot worse. So I kind of kind of like Max Williams. I think he's low on the radar as far as that goes. But yeah, and then Fursker as a cheaper play. I like him too.
Talking about cheap plays, we have mastered the cheap plays on defense.
I got another
Who do
one.
you- I got a couple I like. One way down low, the Jags.
Oh, man, you just took mine. That's not fair.
Dude, that's like a go-to, right? Julio, AJ Brown might not play. That whole team is just in charades or disaster. Urban
Here's one of
Meyer
your
is
best
getting other blondies to ride on him. He's flying in high. Jags defense is
Hey,
going to what?
Let me give you another stat of
A
why
stat?
they're
Stat of the
yeah,
day? Okay,
yeah.
let's hear it.
Guess who leads the league in sacks given up? The Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee Titans. You
17.
got to let me answer that, though. Let me answer that
Well, I
question.
mean, obviously, we're talking
Oh,
about
okay,
that.
okay.
I mean, go on.
Oh,
So 17 sacks given up on the year, number one in the league. You know, the Jags have been okay on the defensive side as far as, you know, getting pressure. And I think they've had a 3-sack and a 4-sack game. So, you know, Tennessee hasn't looked great offensively, and especially with those two studs receivers being out. So, yeah, I mean, if I'm punting, I like the Jags.
Right at 2,100. Washington football team versus the Saints. I don't mind that at 2,300. Are you off that?
No.
You don't mind that?
I mean, Winston hasn't shown me anything that makes me scared of New Orleans Saints offense. I mean, Kamara's really kind of the only weapon they have. Him and
Yeah.
the backup quarterback. I don't know. I can't think of his name all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm drawing a blank. But those, I mean, that's all they got. They're not chunking the ball downfield. I mean, Jameis Winston hadn't thrown for over 250 yards all year, I don't think. So
Yeah, he's looked horrendous. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed that. We're gonna leave you there. We gave you the stud cheap defensive play. It might be obvious, but it's obvious for a reason. Dustin gave you a nice little stat to back it up as well. Go check us out, DFS Dads. We got a lot of content. We got all of the sports too, and NBA is coming back. Our boy Timmy is crazy. He's playing and putting in lines for preseason. So that's when you know you're having a lot of fun. Come join the community and the family. We got a nice little Discord where we have fun together on Sundays, raging and winning money. All right. We'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks for watching.